That's deep too. What's going on, guys? So I wanted to give a quick shout out to Courtney Myers, who just was on that intro video. I think that was a 495 squat he hit. He's a super strong dude. He's competing in a powerlifting meet in a few weeks. I think like 3 or 4 weeks. That was not very heavy for him. I think he's going for like around 530 squat. So good luck to him, and he's a pretty cool dude to train with and just to kick it with. So I do have kind of my lifts laid out for you guys too on each day that I trained this week. Hit several PRs, huge PRs on squat and deadlift. And I believe today, I didn't get footage of it, I hit a 230 for 4 pause bench press. 2 sets of that actually. I believe that's a paused PR for me. I do lift upper body as well. So yeah, it's kind of talking about general training stuff this week. This was 355 for 5. So this was a just 5-pound PR for me. I can't really talk too much about training. It's pretty much the same as been the last few weeks. It's rather boring, but it's boring and effective because I'm getting much stronger. My weight right now hasn't really moved for a while. I took a 2-week average because I don't weigh in very frequently anymore, more like 2 or 3 times a week because my sleep kind of fluctuates and stuff. But I was 175.9, so I've pretty much only been probably since June up about 2 pounds, so not even a pound a month at this point. Not really sure where I'm gonna start cutting at or do like a mini cut. I'm pretty content with being a little fluffy and not having a 6-pack, and just getting really strong. So let's kind of take it, play it by ear. I have to eat a crap ton of food right now to even kind of touch, to even kind of maintain in the 175. So it's just going to take time. Heaviest I've been is about 185. But the one thing I have noticed is I'm a lot more dense now, if that makes sense. So before, when I was like 175, I had to wear large t-shirts. But now I'm 175-ish, 176. And there's no way in hell I can fill a large t-shirt. So I'm more dense, and that's probably a good indicator that most of what I'm putting on has been muscle. Obviously, it's not going to be 100% muscle, but it's a good sign. Here's something I wanted to talk about. These were just some paused squats that I played around with since one of my clients wasn't coming in. So I usually don't do these. I wanted to kind of work up to a heavy single, and this was 315. The first one was so easy that I just wanted to double it. So I kind of went squat, went back to some upper body stuff, then went back to squat. But those are fun. I think pause squats are fun. Any kind of squats are fun. Probably won't program it in for a while because I'm having so much success with what I'm doing right now. But maybe a shot for somebody else. This was a huge PR for me. So this was 405 for a triple. My best pull of all time was 405 for a single. So this kind of matches that in weight, and obviously 2 more pounds or 2 more reps because I've been drinking alcohol apparently. But yeah, I want to say it's like a 2.8 because I don't think I really locked it out. I say this almost every video for the past 2 or 3 weeks. I need to stop hitching and shrugging for the last couple of inches. I need just to push my glutes and my hips through. Something I think about almost every single set before I go up there. I say speed and hips, but sometimes just the habit, when I go heavy enough, it just comes out, and it's really unfortunate. But nonetheless, I cannot really be too picky about hitting 405 for a triple. If you want to call it double, that's fine. I hit it for a triple clean later on in the week. And then I just kind of did some back off stuff. So this was 4 sets of 3 at 90%. I don't see in the near future me changing my deadlift programming at all. Pulling twice a week has probably been the best decision I've made with deadlift in a long time. It's just made me so much more comfortable with the lift. I'm doing it obviously twice as much now. This was a pretty unique day. This was Thursday, so it was my higher rep squat day. Yes, those are the MyoBrain gray t-shirts, you Myron. But yeah, so I was squatting with my roommate here, Jared Miller, and we're pretty damn competitive people. So I went a little too heavy. This wasn't the heavy set. This was 325. It's kind of a acclimation set, to be honest. Then I moved up to 250. So this was just 5 pounds up from last week. Definitely didn't feel, apparently that's 350. Definitely didn't feel grindy at all. I probably should have stuck at 350 though, and just tried to hit it for maybe like 7 or 8 on the next 2 sets. Because again, this is supposed to be my higher rep day. Work on kind of my cardiovascular system a little bit, but I didn't put the other set in here, but I hit 355 for 5, and it was a pretty damn grindy 5th rep. So probably wasn't gonna be able to hit it for 6, but nonetheless, a great squat day, and I beat my roommate in squats. He'll have something to say about that next time we deadlift probably. So this was deadlift. Again, if you see, look at the exercises here, it's a little bit more hypertrophy based, a little bit higher rep. I actually was not feeling good at all warming up to this, and I really kind of psyched myself up for this 335 pull, and this is by far the fastest 335's ever been. So I went for 405. I was actually anticipating going for 5 here. But honestly, I think it's more of a grip problem for me trying to hit this much weight for 5. What? No, I don't use straps. I'd rather use less weight and just hit it raw, if you want to call it that. But yeah, this was a much cleaner 405. Again, you see that kind of hitch there, but I definitely locked it out. Probably wouldn't have been able to hit a 4th rep there though. So really big PR though. That's a 15-pound PR for me for a triple. So again, we're trying to probably take it a little bit slower from now on, maybe like 5 pounds a week. But deadlift's feeling awesome. This was some higher rep back off work, so 85% of that I was just doing this for 5s. Typically go a little bit higher in rep, but I found out when I go above 5, I tend to kind of get sloppy with my form. So I'd rather just kind of hit 5s at least this week and be more disciplined. Really think about pushing through with my hips and not shrugging it. So that's what I was really trying to hit home with the rest of these sets. And like I said, this day is quite a bit different. I don't do hip thrust. I don't do barbell rows. It's more like cable work. I do some curls actually on this pull day really. And this was today. This was earlier, just a few hours ago. Heavy squat and bench session. Like I said, I hit a 230 for 4 on pause bench, which was a PR. Didn't get the footage, but hit an awesome squat PR. This was 255 for a double. Again, kind of an acclimation set. Felt really good, so I went my second set for a 5-pound PR. I tend to do that almost every squat workout. If I feel good on the first set, I'll go for that PR on the second one while I'm pretty fresh. So this was 375 for a triple. Honestly, didn't feel too grindy. Didn't really want to go up to 380 though, because like I said, 5 pounds a week is more than enough, and I'm really happy with how I've been progressing. So like I said last week and the week before, really trying to get some more volume in, and if I feel really good like I did on this last set, not this one but the next one, I can just push it to 4 reps, which is exactly what I did. So yeah, a phenomenal week in training. Like I said, I'll probably start to push calories up a little bit more, but I'm just really not a big eater at the moment. So we'll kind of see how that goes, but I think I can probably hover around 176, 177 and make great strength gains. I really don't feel the need at this point. I'm probably 12-ish, maybe even a little bit higher body fat. Don't really feel the need to push weight too much. As long as I'm getting stronger, that's really all my main goal right now, as I'm 20, 25 pounds over stage weight. So yeah, this was the final rep of the week, 375 for 4. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for the support as always, and I'll see you guys next week. Take care.